Here we're going to look at a word problem, and that too age related problem. So one thing is, any age related problem, the whatever method we're going to use here, you should use the same. So it will make it right, accurate, and you get the answer all the time. So age related problem is one of the toughest for quite a few students, so please do follow this method. Let's read the question. Aftab, so we have a person, tells his daughter. So we have two characters. So whenever you start doing any age related problem or any word problem, to be frank, diagram is must. Okay, so now we are looking at a person and the daughter. So what is the person telling? He's telling his daughter, 7 years ago, so underline the keyword, I was 7 times as old as you were. This forms equation 1, so let's mark that. Also, 3 years from now, I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. That's your second half. Represent this situation algebraically and graphically. Before we shut off anything, we need to understand what is that we have to find. With that, we need to write a statement. Let the present age. See, the idea here is we're talking about age. Yes, it might not be, the word might not be used, but it's very certain that we are talking about age. So, when you are talking about age, always talk about the present age. Let the present age of Aftab be X and his daughter be Y. Right? So now, after writing the statement, let's jump on to the diagram. So I told you there is a trick to the diagram, and the trick being this. So we are talking about the present age, then present age of the father is X and the daughter is Y. Now let's go back to the question again. 7 years ago. Ago means what? Ago is past tense. So we're looking at minus 7 years from the present day. So before I ask you any question, general or more generic question, you guys are around 14 years old, if I'm right. 7 years back, you guys would have been 7, is it not? Say there's a 10-year-old, maybe your brother, sister, or cousin, or a friend. 7 years back, this person would have been 3 years old, is it not? So how did we do this? How did we get this answer? By subtracting with 7. So if you have a person who is Y-year-old, 7 years back, he or she will be Y minus 7. A person who is X years old will be X minus 7. Doesn't matter whatever their present age is, this is true. Now forget about the other part of the statement, just jump on to the next one. Also 3 years from now. When you're talking about 3 years from now, it is to the future. Right, now is 3 years from now is future. And the age, let's look at the age. What happens to the age? Your age will be 17. You guys will be almost ready to vote. And a 10-year-old will be 13-year-old now. They'll be taking up their high school. This kid will be Y plus 3 and the father will be X plus 3. Again, doesn't matter what their present age is. Time is same for all. So now let's look at the statements, mathematical statements. So for that, you need to combine the diagram and the words. 7 years ago, so we are talking about this case, I was 7 times as old as you were then. So you're talking about this scenario. I means my age, was is equal to 7 times, means 7 times is 7 into your age. So my age when it compared to your age, I was 7 times as old as you were. So that's your statement. We need to reduce this a bit for ease of calculation. So here I'm using distributive property, which tells me to multiply 7 with both of these terms, and we have 49. Rearrange all of this. Right? What did I do over here? I added 7 so as to cancel 7 on the left hand side. So here I'm trying to express x in terms of y. This is for ease of calculating things when it comes to graphical method, and something called a substitution method, which you will be seeing in the future. Next is we are looking at another equation, second equation. So 3 years from now is your case 2. So we're looking at these two ages. I shall be, okay, he's talking about himself. I shall be equals to 3 times 3 into as old as you will be. You being the kid, her age is y plus 3 years from now. So we are looking at x plus 3 is equal to 3y plus 9. Here too we use distributive property. Y into 3 into 3 into 3, that is 9. So sorry, y into 3, not y. And again we'll subtract with 3 both the sides, thus making this as x is equal to 3y plus 6, which is nothing but our equation 2. So what we just did now was get two expressions, right? Get two equations relating x and y, and also we expressed x in terms of y. Okay, so this is must when you are doing substitution method or graphical method. You can also express y in terms of x, which we'll be seeing in different question. So what does that mean? Expressing x in terms of y, all it means is x is alone with its coefficient being equal to 1, and everything else is on the right hand side. Here too is x is alone with a coefficient of 1, and everything else is on the right hand side again. So this is nothing but your expressing x in terms of y. Represent this situation algebraically we have, and next we have graphically. Okay, so for graph we need values. For graphical method, right, not graphical method, sorry, for graph purpose, or better to write it as value or coordinates for, or yeah, order pair. We are finding out the order pairs. Okay, that is we have equation 1 and equation 2. So we are looking at x and y. Order pair are nothing but your coordinates, x and y values. We need to find out these values with the help of the equation which we just looked at. Okay, so equation 1, we are looking at x is equal to 7y minus 12. So how do you go about finding this coordinates? All you have to do is substitute y value so that I can get x value, or it could have been other way around, but as of now we have expressed x in terms of y, so that is convenient. So when I put y is equal to 0, I'll get x to be equal to minus 42. The thing is, it's not convenient to plot that minus 42. It's not on the graph. It's you have to compress the graph and all of that. It's better to take a much more convenient value like 6. If I take value of y to be 6, it's much easier to get x value, because 7 6 are 42. 42 minus 42 is 0. If any one of you is confused with what I just did now, we just did this. Substitute y is equal to 6 in equation 1. So x will be equal to 7 into 6 minus 42, which is 42 minus 42 is equal to 0. I just did that, nothing else. So next is put a value which is near, like something like 5. 7 5 is 35. 35 minus 42. 35 minus 42 is 7. And put a number which is 7. No, 7 7 is 49. 49 minus 42 is 7. Wait, did I do? Okay, sorry, this is minus 7 and this is plus 7. Be careful with while you're calculating, because we're not writing and doing it, no? In 10th grade, you need not do that. 7 5 is 35 minus 42 minus 7. So these are your required values. A minimum of 3 is must according to me, so that you don't go wrong anywhere. 2 is also okay. If you're confident, just go with 2. But if you ask me, go with 3. I would suggest go with 3. Same thing with the second equation. Please pause the video and try it out. Put some values which is convenient. So here it's convenient to put y is equal to 0, because 0 into 3 plus 6 will give me 6. It's also convenient to put minus 2. That will make x 0. And I guess minus 1, which will make x to be 3. So this is easy to plot. Okay, so our order pairs are ready. We calculated that. Next we need to jump to our graphs. So for that I need to copy this. Let me get ready the graph for you guys. I have the value and the graph sheet ready. So we are looking at plotting x and y. So always try to understand what is the maximum and minimum value you need, so that you can decide on the scale. So maximum value for x is 7 minus 7 to 7, and y we are looking at 0 minus 2 7. So it is minus 2 to 7. So it's easier for you to understand about the scale. So we are going to have a scale with along the x-axis as 1 unit or 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit, and y-axis 1 centimeter here too is equal to 1 unit, right? Then I think we can draw anywhere, because the graph sheet is big enough to handle these values, right? Then don't forget to mark stuff. They'll cut marks if not. Graph should always be neat. So we have y, x, y dash and x dash, and we have the origin O. All well and good. Now yeah, we need to mark the values 1, 2, the ticks, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and here to minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Don't write too much. What is required, only to that extent we should write. So a bit, a value or 2, it's okay, but not more. X is minus 7 to plus 7, so I have written till 8, and minus 2 to 7, 8 to minus 4. This is good enough. So always be smart on how you are working. So just go with one equation, don't mix it up. We have 0, that is we are on the y-axis, and 6, that is upper. Then we have minus 7 and 5. 5 is over here. Plus 7, okay. And we're looking at 7 itself. So all we have to do now is join. So we have this to be our equation 1. And do also mention, okay, we'll write all of this once we have drawn both the graphs. It's always better to write things post your marking and drawing of line. So 6 and 0, right, that's the first value, 0 and minus 2. So we need to go down 3 and minus 1. So we have green line. My diagrams are not good because I can't draw a straight line at one go. I mean, straight long line at one go. I have to do a bit of here and there. So it should always be a straight single line. The thickness should not vary. Mine clearly varies. Should not be so. Actually, I don't like it, but again, that is what I can do with this software. So we have not good. Change the color. Minus 7 and 5. This is 0,6, and this I believe is 7,7. Okay, and next we have 6,0. 6,0. This is minus 1, plus 3, minus 1, and this is 0, minus 2. And next, the most important thing is, equally important thing is, do mention that this is equation 1 and this is equation 2, or you can write the entire expression itself depending on how you feel and how your teachers also what they want. So you can talk to them as well. But yeah, a neat clear diagram. Okay, so this is to it for the first question. And yeah, you can do this also if you want to be equation 1 being this and equation 2 being this. You can mention that also. So it's in the graph paper. Again, it's depending on the exam pattern and stuff. So talk to your teachers and just add information that is required for your graph.